Hello, Assalamu alaikum, everybody. Hope you're all safe, sound, and healthy. I did not want to do this podcast, but I guess I'll have to do it anyway. The Los Angeles fire, or fires. Well, what can we say? From what I've understood, it actually began on a Tuesday, and then another one erupted on Tuesday night, and then another one erupted on Friday, and then, and now a new one erupted, I think, yesterday. So, yeah, you must have heard. The people of America are probably thinking, why is the world not showing so much sympathy? Although from some of the words I've heard from the press conference by the governor of Los Angeles and the other concerned parties, who one by one were, shifting their speeches to the next and then to the next, and then, well, first of all, I thought that, wow, they have so much time on their hands that they're actually talking. But then I know it's important. It's very important for them to talk, because if they do not talk, if they do not talk to the press, if they do not tell the people on TV that we are here with you, then, the people would say, where the frack were you? The fact that the governor was trying to call the president and he couldn't even get through, while a woman who had lost her child or who couldn't find her child, was insisting on talking to the president and asking why she couldn't get through to the president, why they couldn't get through to the president. That was also a scene. But I mean, here's one thing. As I said in one of those speeches, they were saying that the whole world is also, asking us, how can we help you? Yeah, well, that's kudos to the world's humanity, to be honest. But overall, what's the general sentiment of the world towards these fires is it's karma. Yep, that's what everybody's saying. It's divine wrath and it's karma. Obviously, there are so many agnostics, and there are so many atheists, and who will say, "Oh no, there's well, first of all, you've just got proven wrong time and again, but you still don't understand how natural disasters work." Obviously, there's a way to. It's not like God is just going to throw fireballs from heaven onto earth. Obviously, He's going to create a natural phenomena, or in this case, a natural phenomenon. But anyway, so yeah, the whole world is collective on its thoughts. It's amazing. It's amazing how the whole world is collective on this thought that this is God's wrath. America has been burning. It has been burning Palestine down. America, if you remember, burnt Iraq down. It destroyed Afghanistan. It's right now not just burning down Palestine, but it is also burning down and destroying Lebanon and Syria. And God just burnt down the very heart of Hollywood, the very heart. And it's amazing because the most of the people that live in that area are pro-Israeli, and they've been very active in their promotion of genocide, of Palestine, and in their wars in Syria and Lebanon. So, yes, this is definitely God's wrath, like it or not, believe it or not. And the more you dislike it, the more every now and then you're going to get a good dose of it. So that's why the world is not sympathetic towards America at this point, because America has been going around destroying countries, cities, villages. And right now it's not stopping. It's just not stopping the genocide. And it is, look, it's right under Biden's administration. A few days more, left for Biden. It could have happened after he left, but why just before he leaves? There is a reason, obviously. Now, but again, let me tell you one thing. Despite the fact that this is divine wrath, I would highly advise people not to celebrate if there are some weirdos who are celebrating. Especially, I would turn to Pakistani government saying, don't think that you have the right to celebrate and talk about God's wrath, because the next one, you're next. So don't think, because if anybody deserves God's wrath right now, it's you people. You're traitors. You were serving these same masters upon whom God's wrath just arrived. And at the behest of these masters, you've killed your own people. You have arrested your people. You have assaulted your people. You've robbed your people. You've looted your people. You've trespassed into their properties. You've kidnapped your people. You have not even left kids alone. And we have constantly said, I have constantly said that whatever you're doing, it very clearly shows that you're following Zionist orders. So you're next, sweethearts. You're going to be fracked left, right, and center by the divine wrath right now. You wouldn't even know where to go. And just like how in America, like in Los Angeles, there will be nobody there for you. There will be no sympathy for you. And no matter how much you try to put out those fires, you're still going to be at a huge loss. So, yeah, don't talk about divine wrath. You, of all people, have no right to. The Pakistani media, the Pakistani government, the establishment, no. Because you know what? You're next. Just keep that in mind. If anything, you should be scared. These are your masters who are facing divine wrath right now. Your masters. So obviously, who do you think God is going to come after next? Just use your freaking common sense, which you don't have. But even now, you're not learning your lesson. But then that's the thing. You see, Pakistan has been under divine wrath too recently, in the form of rains, in the form of floods, in the form of earthquakes, in the form of destruction, and people know very clearly that this is God being really pissed off. But people are not changing their ways. They're refusing to change their ways. You're no different from, the atheists or the agnostics. You're no different, because you have the same mentality that no, there's no God doing anything to us. No, we're, this is this is that, this is this. We'll keep on going in our own merry way. Like how even now you still haven't learned your lessons, and you're still using, for example, PIA for your personal trips to Paris. The first flight that's actually allowed finally after 3 years into Europe. And what do? You and 11 officers, including the PR director and the HR director and the director technician or whatever it is, you people, you're like, together with the vice air marshal and 11 of you people with your families, you're going on a family trip again at Pakistan's expense. You're living in 5-star hotels again at our expense. Who the fuck do you think you are? And Maryam Nawaz going around queening it. Who the fuck do you think you are? Did your mother shit Pakistan out of her anus? Now tell me, how do you think Pakistan came into being? Your parents couldn't even afford to take you people to school. It's your grandparents who have been, corrupting army officials to place your father somewhere because he was such a loser. He couldn't fit anywhere. He was a loser in sports. He was a loser in business. He was a loser in everything. The only person who could, take him under his wing was the army chief. And now you people, again, just because America just lodged you here, you stole our mandates. This is, again, still the difference between the American government. At least they still pretend to care about the people. And that is why, Donald Trump's whole sentence was, he was given unconditional discharge because he was voted by the people and the court was afraid that they would be offending the people if they did anything to him, if they punished him when he's supposed to be elected president. And what are you doing? You came, you pushed our elected prime minister out, not once, not twice, thrice. This is the third time that you've done this to him. And this time at the behest of your masters who are right now under divine wrath. You put him in jail. You try to kill him 3 times. And then you put this illegitimate queen on our heads. And what is she doing? All she is the illegal chief minister of Punjab, and she can't even do that right. She's acting as if she owns Pakistan. Again, I'll ask you, did your mother shit Pakistan out of her anus? Your mother, when she died, none of you even came for her funeral or to bury her. You kept her dead body for days on end and only released it when it suited your political needs. This is the kind of people, the kind of beasts that you are. I mean, who the hell do you think you're freaking with? You stole our mandate. You're sitting there lording over us, stealing from us, and filling. You pigs, you are such pigs. You keep on and on. You know exactly what's going to happen to you on the day of judgment, right? Don't tell me that you actually think you're going to get away with it. Imagine how that all that money and all that wealth and everything that you've stolen from us, imagine how God is going to pour it like hot lava through one hole out the other on the day of judgment. And you will have no respite. If there is anything that you think you have earned, again, revisit the Quran properly, please. This is something I would say to all Pakistanis. Please revisit your religion properly. Understand that God is not forgiving. Okay, he's only forgiving when it's something between you and him, but when it's something that you did in this world to other people, because people will not forgive you, God will not forgive you. Heck, even if people do forgive you, God will not forgive you. That's the one thing in which he will just not forgive you. And you actually think people are going to forgive you? Nobody's going to forgive you. Now imagine over here we will die and this world will end, this life will end. But that life that we're going back to, that life that we've come from, that is forever. Over there, we really are immortals. Now imagine living immortality in agony with no respite. Because as I said, whatever it is that you think you're earning in the name of, good deeds, you are not earning. It will all go to your victims. All your good deeds will be transferred to your victims. All their bad deeds will be transferred to you. You're not earning anything. Your Hajj, your Umrah, no, you're not earning anything. Your charities, you're not earning anything. Anything that you think, remember in Islam it's very clearly said, black money cannot be made white. Your good deeds cannot be cancelled out. Your good deeds cannot cancel out all the bad that you're doing to people, because your bad deeds far exceed your good deeds. It's common freaking sense. Well, obviously the innocents in Los Angeles, people are trying. They really are. People are trying to, say that okay to all those innocent lives. We hope things get better for you. But the truth is, people are not saying that with so much sincerity, because the people in Palestine are innocent. The kids in Palestine are innocent. The women in Palestine are innocent. They are just civilians living in their homes who you are kicking out of. And then not only are you kicking them out of their homes, you are burning their homes down. You're burning those people down. You're killing their kids. So, sorry, why should we, with all sincerity, wish you well in this crisis? This is a crisis that has been literally been waited. It's been awaited for so long by the rest of the world. The rest of the world has been cursing you people. Remember, we've all been cursing you that may you face what the people of Palestine are facing. May you face what the people of Iraq faced, with what the people of Afghanistan faced. May you face what the people of Lebanon and Syria are facing. And I'm sorry to say, but this is way too small a punishment. This is just a pinch. This is just a hint. This is not even God in his full glory, I'm sorry to say. He just picked a pocket, and he leashed all hell. But, you know, he unleashed, sorry, all hell. And he still has leashed a large portion of it, you know. But anyway, as we all know, in war, it's always the innocents that bear casualties. One would think that if God had to, I mean, he hit the right place, obviously, because he's hitting those places, those houses, those people who have been actively supporting the genocide. But one would like for, a ball of fire to have fallen directly onto the American establishment, because ultimately they are the real culprits, aren't they? That's what actually one would think, right? They would think, okay, why attack the innocents? Why not attack the actual culprits? But again, one could say that after all, again, in Palestine, it's the innocents that are being attacked. And still the world has turned a blind eye. Well, that's how the world is. So the world will turn a blind eye to the Los Angeles fires too. Sorry, but that's how the world is. It's each to his own, right? Well, this is me signing out. Khuda Hafiz.